Hello, everybody.
It is the last and final quest, Tyler.
Yeah,
Oh
here
my
we
god.
are after almost a full month of
I
questing.
know. It literally says last quest. Feels nostalgic. I literally plus 100% that. For
What
sure.
an absolutely wild ride we've had.
Special guest. Who could it be? Yo,
Who could
I
it
literally
be?
don't even know who this is. Tyler like messaged me on Sunday. Was like, by the way, was it not Sunday? What day are we on? Thursday. Some point this week, Tyler messaged me being like, "Hey, we're gonna have a Stellar Quest special guest." It's like, "You're also gonna be in the dark and new." Yeah, I was like, "Me too, Tyler." Dang. Okay, so I don't even know who this is. So, yo, I'm just as excited to find out who this mystery special guest is. Tyler, this better be good. Just saying.
It's Stellar Quest. So, who knows? Who knows? I do like people have been trying to guess who it's going to be.
Yeah.
Um,
We should have done like a poll on like who do you think is a special guest?
yeah, we definitely should have hyped it up even further.
Right.
Custom T-shirts, special guest? Question
Oh,
mark.
yeah, like a mystery SQ, like NFT, like blurred out with the question mark.
Yeah.
Did you turn this person's face into the last quest NFT? I don't know. A lot of cool ideas here, Tyler.
Indeed, indeed. But we're gonna spend a little bit of time first recapping. I will bring on my special guest when I'm good and ready. But
100%.
we're gonna kind of recap a little bit on our Quest 5. Um, Lee and the SDF team clued me into this thing called Advent of Code, which I'm very ashamed of whoever has not told me that this has been going on for a few years. So I've been diving into that. I'm going to drop a code for all the Stellar Questers that are switching over and starting to play Advent of Code. I did the day one today. It was very fun.
Nice. Yeah, the
I think
first day of
somebody
the
tried. I
ever.
think Kai tried to do it in
Yeah.
Sorabon. We
Uh,
hit some limits because the clue is enormous.
got it.
Um, but yeah, it's been fun. I think he might have done it in German Swiss Rust or something. It
Oh,
was
wow.
very
Okay.
odd. Um,
Impressive. Odd.
Overachiever. Oh, excuse me. But
Cool.
yeah, so let's see. Quest 5, we did lots and lots of custom types. We kind of switched the story up a little bit where we gave you a bunch of commands, invoke commands you were supposed to run, gave you the arguments, and then you had to actually build the types to figure out how to actually submit those invocations. So that was a bunch of fun.
Right.
Not too many bugs. A couple of we had one strange one where the check was a little bit broken, which is a particularly ugly bug.
Mm.
We were able to get that sorted relatively quickly. It's not a quest if there's not a bug. Um, and then after that, I mean, we wrapped up Quest 5. Now we're really starting to lean into Sora Bonathon, right?
Yeah.
So I've been getting really excited about this. Even just seeing it really much like it very much feels like you're getting a big container ship moving, and it just takes a
Mm.
long time to get something that big moving. Or like I don't know, do bullet trains start pretty quick? They probably start slow,
Mm.
and then before they get moving, and it just takes time. But
Yep.
to really see the submissions pouring in, like we're like, I don't know if we're gonna get 30 submissions. We set ourselves that goal,
I
and we're like, I
remember.
don't know if we're gonna hit this. It's
Right?
going slow, and between a lot of activity in the dev Discord, I think Stellar Quest has really served to help push a lot of interest and energy behind that. John's idea to do the NFT um,
Mhm. Oh my god, those
initiative
NFTs
there,
look amazing, Tyler. And have
so
you
cool.
seen them lately?
Yeah.
Like they look amazing. We should share them later. I'll pull them up right now.
Um,
But yeah.
but super excited around that. That there's such a very clear place to put next Sorabon stuff. So you're learning all these Sorabon things, and it's kind of like, okay, what am I supposed to do next? Where's my next carrot to chase? Sorabonathon is the answer.
Mhm.
That the first light version of that iteration goes till um,
December
December
5th.
15th, and then we're gonna roll up and do another one. I'm not exactly sure when it's going to launch, what format it'll take. We probably won't be on GitHub discussions anymore. I think we've matured a little bit beyond that. We didn't know what was going to happen, um, but it seems like there's good energy and good interest behind that. It's always that delicate balance of when you have a beta or alpha software, you don't want to create a whole lot of SEO juice because it can become really difficult to like overcome that later on when
Mhm.
people are searching for stuff and things are breaking. Um, But I do think some greater discoverability, even just like getting outside of the GitHub environment a little bit, where it's a little bit more like a little bit more normal CMS type experience. We're creating posts. So you might look at making a change of the actual platform, make it a lot easier just to accept different types of submissions. Because we've seen a wide range of different kinds of submissions, whether they're videos around Stellar Quest or blog posts on dev.to, NFT, from the story in Stellar Quest, or even like long technical posts that other people have written, either in a link to a whole GitHub or just a gist. Like there's all kinds of different stuff that people are submitting. So I'm really excited about the future of Sora Bonathon.
For sure. I'm going to say again, also, y'all, I'm going to tell you now to mark your calendars that we will be having a Sora Bon hackathon on January 13th. January 13th. So mark your calendars. Stay tuned for more information on that. I have officially announced it, so now it's definitely going to be happening on January 13th. So I'm literally building this as we go. I've been talking about it for some time. The focus of this hackathon is, yes, we're going to have Sora Bonathon until December 15th. So y'all have a lot of time to get those submissions in, still get those XLM rewards, so on and so forth. Come January, get ready to think of some ideas around Sora Bon tooling. So how can I make my developer life easier by building on Sora Bon? For example, like TDEP's Sora Bon Transaction Explorer, that's pretty cool. So things like that are what we want to see going forward. So we're going to have a fun competition. It's going to be potentially a week or two long. We'll have lots of fun events and activities going on throughout the week. So we're going to make it like a really nice mini Questival style, but you can work in the background and be heads down, or you can even tinker, and you will have abilities to submit to various different challenges that we're going to have. So, but our main focus is Sora Bon tooling. And then you have the ability to, let's say you're like, oh, I just want to write a smart contract in here. Can I submit to this hackathon? Yes, you can. And we'll have multiple different prizes going on throughout the week, random different like Discord shout outs, so on and so forth. So just stay tuned for that. But the big one to remember is the date is January 13th. So mark your calendars now. We're going to start it then, and we will be getting very, like Tyler said, it's a bullet train. We're going to keep pulling these programs out, and just there's so much more to come. And one thing I do want to mention is that we might potentially even be making a version of a place where you can submit content and get rewarded for doing so. So start like putting up some ideas in like Dev2, things like that. Start writing tutorials around Sora Bon, and you might just get rewarded, but don't do it for the sole purpose of getting rewarded, but also do it to share your journey and ideas that you've learned on Sora Bon thus far. I know like Tyler has been talking about creating the Dev2 journey of like, hey, these are my 2 cents on Sora Bon. So y'all can join Tyler too. I mean, I could join Tyler too. I want to do more in a video format. That's what I prefer.
Oh, sick.
Tyler prefers like writing. So pick your, like Raph prefers videos as well, and so on and so forth. So do what you want, put it out there, make the content. There just might be a program coming out where you can get rewarded for doing so as well. So I like soft launched this, and then now I have to work on these programs and roll it out, but
yeah,
we're
it's the best way
there.
to do it. Best way to do
it.
Cool. I'm going to talk just briefly about future of SQ. So series 6. I don't know if it'll be like a full series. There's a change, or maybe I want to experiment with something. Now that we have smart contracts, right? I want to do an experiment where essentially there's like an objective or a task, and whoever can build a contract that does it first and does it most efficiently. So there's like 2 things there's like 2 different prize pots you can go for. So a challenge would go live, and whoever can accomplish it first will win. But then there'll be like an outstanding challenge for like a week. And at the end of the week, whoever submits the contract that uses the least amount of gas or whatever it is right now, the smallest contract, I don't know, there's different parameters we can put out there.
Oh, that sounds so fun. It's like
would
Pinewood Derby. Have you ever done Pinewood Derby by any chance? Okay, that's kind of what this reminds me of. Build the most wooden-like car that is like the fastest going car, but like the least amount of energy. That's what this sounds like. So we have a little exactly Pinewood Derby race for Sora Bon Quest is what I'm getting.
Yeah, basically.
I like Nice.
It's a very different kind of quest, something we wouldn't really have been able to pull off with Classic Stellar. But with Sora Bon, we can do that now. So I think I'm going to try and do that kind of quickly. So we don't have a year-long gap before our next quest. We'll try and keep these coming quick and speedy now that we particularly have contractors, Kai and Tommaso, who are our contractors actually write quests, so I don't have to spend all this time trying to figure it out. Got a big team. I think we can go faster now rolling out new quests, which is very exciting.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, it's so funny because Tyler, is the first time, like, y'all, we are open to ideas too. Like, if you want to see something around Sora Bon out there, by the way, like, let us know. We can have conversations about that as well. And the reason I say this is because, like, Tyler and I both just, like, told you about these programs that we're building, like, right now, as we speak, is what we're making them happen. So if you had ideas and you wanted to pitch in, let us know. We want to make things that you want and not just what we think makes sense. So definitely let us know what your ideas are. If you're like, hey, Tyler, hey, Anukia, we think this might be cool to have, that sort of thing. So definitely want to shout that out as well. So definitely do that.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Join the Stellar Dev Discord. Right. Get into the Sora Bon channel and start letting people know what you want to see.
Absolutely.
The last thing I want to call out before I bring on our very special guest is our Advent of Code. We have a private leaderboard that I've started there I didn't start there. Kai actually got this for us. I'm going to post this in the chat here. So we should have a link there to our private Advent of Code along with the actual code if you want to join and play Advent of Code against Stellar Questers.
Absolutely. Also, I just wanted to show off some of these awesome Sora Bonathon NFT submissions. These look stunning, by the way.
These are amazing. Yeah. The pixel art here is just incredible.
I love pixel art. I might be a little biased here, but I'm a big pixel art person. I'm always like, ooh, let's make 8-bit character Zelda-like events happen. Like during COVID, I used to just do hackathons for fun. And I would like use GatherTown where you could do like 8-bit pixels. And then I know who the special guest is, I think. And then we can basically create these awesome experiences on anyways, you know what? Forget about this. I got distracted. All right, y'all, I think we're ready for the special guest. Okay, Tyler.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinguished privilege to introduce to you the badge creator, the artist behind all of Series 5 artwork, the one and only Eggnog, my brother.
Hello.
My
What's up?
Can you tell us terrible childhood stories of Tyler?
You thought it was going to be somebody like interesting. Wait, I just said that out loud.
I was like, is that Tyler's brother? Because the hairstyle, the face structure.
Don't tell me we look anything alike, because it just isn't even true.
The hairstyle for sure. The glasses potentially. The beard, no.
Yeah. He's losing it up top.
There's even a better tell, and it's earlobes.
The earlobes.
Mine are disconnected.
My connection.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you got to pay attention when you get confused.
Alike.
Yeah, we're
nothing alike.
We're completely different.
It is the nog, is what you've been coined as here. Welcome.
Right.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you as well. Who are you?
I am Anukia, and I basically have been the behind-the-scenes stream person, and I work as a developer advocate at SDF. So I run, I don't know, what do I do?
Sora Bonathon, you do the streams. You added a background to our streams. Like this is pretty sick.
Is that why I'm in space? I like that.
Indeed.
Yeah, I make these polished-looking streams. I think they look polished. I don't know.
Isn't it a bad thing to get spaced though?
Spaced as in
like ejected into outer space. I think that's what that means.
Oh, is that what you? Well, I guess, but I gotta look cool. I don't know.
And he's banned.
2 minutes in, and I've made the moderator sweat.
Maybe you could like totally create like some NFT art for us for the next stream, so I don't have to like BS all of this here and like create it in like a Figma and then make it look somewhat cool. But you know,
it's fantastic. It's wonderful. I like space, which is good because there's a lot of it.
Sweet.
Yep, indeed. All right, so yeah, so this is my brother Sam, Eggnog, who did all the artwork for this last series. But I would like to do like a little bit of interview style to get some information, because hey, you know me, but you don't know this guy who looks like me, other than the earlobes. So
the important facts are out of the way now.
Yes, indeed. Well, yeah. What do you do? So we know you're an NFT artist. You probably don't even know what NFT stands for. You're just a pixel artist. But what do you do professionally?
Professionally, I'm an engineering manager at Collins Aerospace, which is a company within Raytheon. Maybe you've heard of Raytheon. So my team works on generically radios for the military, primarily like fighter jets, some like ground vehicles, think tanks, or armored vehicles like that, helicopters, weapon systems, etc., etc., etc. I have a team of 10 folks. The role I'm in right now, I've been a manager for 2 years. The role I'm in now, I'm relatively new to the role. I took the position in July, so there's a lot of learning, coming up to speed. I've got some pretty seasoned veteran type engineers on my team, so they give me a lot of support. I learn from them and ask a lot of questions, and it's good. It's great.
Yeah, I don't know what people were expecting that you did.
What are you in a classroom, Sam? I
feel like you're in a classroom. Am I currently in a classroom?
No. The ceilings remind me of school, and it looks like a blackboard next to you.
Oh, this is my computer.
Oh, it's a PC. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
These are the cooling fans. No, I'm in my basement.
Oh, wait, now you just see my giant forehead. That's not what I meant to do. Oops. Got it. Okay, now I see it. Okay. For whatever reason, the ceiling threw me off, and I was like, it kind of gave me classroom, and the PC gave me blackboard.
I don't have a great setup down here for video, period. This was about the best I could come up with. So.
No, it looks great. You have a nicer mic than what I do right now. So
I think I paid $20 for it, so
love
you
that.
don't have to spend a lot.
Yeah, I've literally got a towel sitting there so the kids don't wake up from.
I like your painter's tape pixel, by the way.
That's what that is. That's actually I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but I have a VR headset up there on the wall, and I sit there a lot of times to fly imaginary planes. If I look to the right, because there's just a blank flat wall there, the headset loses tracking. So I put the tape on the wall to give it something to track.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
You could only take the what are they? Not insomnia. The dizziness, when your headset just goes crazy and doesn't know how to.
Another question here is: are you drinking Nog?
Yes, I am. Thank you for noticing. Wow, we have some observant
observers.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, whatever you call people who watch things.
Watchers.
Nice.
Watchers. That just sounds creepy.
Yeah, it does.
How many watchers are there?
So yeah, I don't know what people were expecting that you did, but while I'm out here making crypto games, you're out there building fighter jets. So the next obvious question is, why pixel art? I know back when I did color glyph, you were a big color glypher. I don't know if that's when you start. That's not probably when you started doing art in general or pixel art and stuff. But I know you're a bit involved in artwork and digital painting, things like that. You've even done some 3D and stuff. So you can walk us through a little bit of your artist background.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, why art at all? It's actually super rare to find, not to toot my own horn, but engineering, technically minded, really smart people who also are artistically inclined. I think that's just because maybe it's a little if you're I can't even not as smart as advertised, right? I don't remember which side of the brain is smart and which is artistic. But most people who are the smart
changes
side,
if you're in the northern or southern hemisphere. So
the Australians are upside down. Maybe it's just easier if you're inclined more one way or the other to stay with what you're comfortable with. I mean, that's pretty natural. For me, though, I just find it fun, helpful, and maybe even healthy to have some balance in my brain. So if most of my day is spent doing analytical, smart kind of stuff, to spend at least a little bit of my downtime doing something artsy is just refreshing and helpful, and actually I think helps keep me sharp. I did probably start mostly with 3D CGI type. I'm sure folks have heard of Blender. That was kind of where I got my start in any form of digital artwork. Did some things that I think were fairly cool in there, but most of what I got out of that was learning what does light do when it interacts with objects. Kind of basic questions, but learned some of that. Learned a lot about composition, how to build an image, how to convey a story or meaning through imagery. So got a lot of that out of doing 3D stuff. Gradually started to transition more to 2D. So digital painting, think like with a tablet or currently I use an iPad. Mm-hmm. So started transitioning to that, found that a lot of the principles and concepts kind of translated pretty nicely once you understand composition in a 3D sort of sense. Makes it a little bit easier maybe to move to just sketching something out in 2D. But I found it was a little almost easier in at least the sense of there's not all the scene you have to set up and special 3D objects you got to build. You just paint it and then refine it a little bit. And I found that pretty, again, sort of relaxing and easy to just sit down and do without having to think a whole lot about it.
Have you done much with any of the generative art stuff yet? Or...
Oh, you mean cheat?
And banned again.
I kid. I've not. I fiddled with it a little bit. I'm impressed by it. I think it's pretty interesting. Some of what I've seen. I've actually seen, and we're detouring a little bit here. But I saw a video. Must have been last week, where somebody's working on like a scene or environment that's generated by that AI, blah 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 stuff. You know better than I do. In VR, real time, like all around you. So like as you look around, like the stuff in your peripheral changes. So when you look back, it still blends with whatever you were looking at, but it's like a whole new world. And
you're a singer too, huh?
Yeah,
that's questionable. I thought that was pretty neat though. Kind of dream-like almost.
I actually recently experienced that. So I'm in like I'm in Miami right now, and it happens to be that it's also Art Basel week, and
Basel week.
Yeah, or Art Basel. It's a whole week-long thing.
Coming up with these words, very good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole Miami thing where a bunch of artists come, and there's a huge focus on the NFT space, obviously, and like just the metaverse NFT. So they basically took a certain city portion, certain blocks. I think like they took 3 blocks up of Brickell, which is a midtown in Miami, and they call it the Gateway, where basically every corner has like this NFT display art that's generative and dynamic. And one of the exhibitions happens to be where you can put on a VR headset, and it's like dynamically, like it activates based on your environment. So if someone was to walk into the space, like they could be like a dog or something like that, but they changed their persona. I don't know. It was just so cool and weird at the same time. So I don't know. It was just very cool. I wanted to share that. But
Yeah, that is cool. It's wild to see where some of these like just random stuff goes and gets put together.
No, it's insane. Like the AR, VR art, and then like the world where the metaverse and NFTs are colliding is insane. Like art just has grown so much over the past 3 years itself in like various different artistic forms, especially digital art.
Because you don't need people to make it anymore.
I know. I mean, there's true, fair. Yep.
Wild times. That's neat.
Now we even have AIs to write copy for you. And in the future, who knows? I don't know if you've heard, but Notion recently launched a AI copywriting tool that's in beta right now that you can literally tell it what to write and it will write it for you.
Nice.
So I could say, write the coolest story about Tyler and Sam during their childhood, and the AI would write about it, and it's insane. And they could use random characters and so on and so forth. So it's pretty neat. So yeah, I mean,
we should try and do a Stellar Quest where we like write the story with GPT-3 just to see what would happen.
That would be cool.
I think Bree would.
Bree would like that.
But was she the one who did the writing on the last one? Yeah.
Yep.
She did great. Yes. Bree, if you're watching, where's my camera?
Kudos,
There we go.
Probably Bree's sick right now, and she's really tired.
Oh no!
Big sad.
Yeah, I know, but she usually watches the stream. So Bree, you do. She really does. Her stories are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Love them. And then
I was talking to my wife about them. I'd show her the pictures as I was going along, and she's just like, "What is this story? None of these pictures relate to each other." And I'm like, "I don't know what to tell you." They do.
If you sit down and read the story full-fledged and then somehow find, potentially.
Mm-hmm. I've loved all the fan art that's been coming from the Sora Bonathon.
Have you taken a look at them, Sam?
I've seen a couple of them. Yeah. Yep.
There was one that came out. Was it yesterday? There was like a little bit like that Indiana Jones side scroller thing, where it had like little chat where it would like the guy would talk and like part of the story would come out and then he'd walk up and do. Oh, it's so fun. It was awesome. I really enjoyed that.
Yep.
So other than
cool art, y'all. By the way, for those of you who are watching the stream, please.
Yes. Don't let the AI make it for you.
Well, I mean let the AI help you. Yeah. Right? I'm an amazing artist now. Like I get to put my Google Foo skills, my impeccable ability to write descriptive phrases, can now make art. So that's wonderful for me.
I'll finish my tale real quick. Digital art. One of the things you do when you're drawing digital art is what's called thumbnailing. So before you really get into doing a detailed painting, you'll draw like a tiny version just to stir up some ideas about composition and have a few ideas come through before you settle on one. Because unlike with 3D art, once you commit to a form in 2D, like that's kind of it. Especially once you've spent a couple of hours on it. I mean, you can always scrap it and start over, but that's sad. So spending time thumbnailing, the idea there is just like block out the main ideas, try to communicate as much as you can with a little, and then you can always expound on that. That's pretty close to what I end up doing with pixel art, because with pixel art you've got in my case.
Oh, your mic just cut out. I think you just muted.
Hello?
There we go.
You're back.
Great. Do you know how long I was muted?
For like
5 seconds.
Or 5.
Words I have spoken. Well, I'm getting those back.
I wonder what they were.
So yeah, I work with like a 32 by 32 pixel grid or something. That's not a lot of pixels to communicate ideas with, and so I'm already somewhat practiced in what I would call thumbnailing, and now it's just sort of thumbnailing at an even lower resolution. So it's focused on readability, clear communication, and what ideas really matter, and the rest you don't have the resolution to keep. So check it out. So that's kind of how it all connects.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I guess, have you ever done do you use Procreate and like do digital art, Sam? At all? Or?
Procreate. I've not used that one. It's a different. I use Infinite Painter.
Okay. Yeah, similar.
Rather than Procreate, but yeah, similar.
I will say, have you ever used MS Paint to remake Bob Ross paintings potentially?
No.
Okay, you should try it. It's really fun. I've done it before. It's really fun. I promise you.
I'll take your word for it.
One of my favorites. I don't think it was actually Microsoft Paint, but if you did that what was that big Reddit painting thing?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Called? I did not contribute to that. If that's what you're wondering, I did see that.
We did. We spent a bunch of time. What was
that? Was where Canada and Banana were fighting like the whole time.
Yeah, but like my favorite thing is they drew these little Among Us characters in pixel form, like these teeny tiny Among Us characters, and it became like a thing. And so I think it was in some painting tool. They made an actual custom brush. And they did like this whole pixel drawing out of all these little Among Us characters, and it like shading.
Nice.
It was amazing. But if you like zoomed in, you're like, oh, it's a bunch of little Among Us characters. It was awesome.
If anyone was interested in the Bob Ross Reddit thread, I just linked it. But this is how I have painted in the past. I'm not an artist, but
nice.
But now you can be with what's
you too can
paint Dolly 2 or whatever it is. Midjourney.
AI. True art.
Can you write words? You're an artist. No. So other than your artistic bent, what other hobbies do you have? You've alluded to it a bit with your masking tape wall, which I'm sure you probably used a ruler and a precision measuring laser pointer to lay out the tape.
Tape, it's already straight as long as you tape it straight.
What else do you like to get into?
Yeah, so as mentioned, I fly imaginary planes with my headset. I'm presently a commanding officer of a virtual fighter squadron. We fly World War II planes.
Cool.
So we like train on era appropriate dogfighting tactics and wingmanship and all this kind of thing. It probably somewhat comes with the territory from my professional field. I'm just interested in war aviation.
Cool.
I'm glad that sentence
let me qualify that. Yeah, somebody's gonna clip that or something. I'm ruined.
Have you ever flown a real plane?
I have not.
Okay.
Real planes are real expensive.
They are. Well, I mean, yes, agreed.
I've thought about going for like my pilot's license, and my company would even pay for that, or at least help pay for it. But
very cool.
Once you've done it, you still have to pay like club membership fees and fuel and blah blah blah.
It's very expensive to ever I agree. I think like flight school is like around $12,000. I've wanted to fly planes in a time frame of my life. I was obsessed with becoming a pilot.
Nice.
And the idea of like just planes just blew my mind. So I get that. But honestly, I should explore this imaginary plane.
You should. It scratches the itch plenty.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Don't you have like a bunch of like gear and stuff, like an actual yoke and pedals and stuff?
How much of this you can see some of the knobs down there?
Yeah.
He's got like a seat.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He's like, I fly fake planes, but it's kind of a real plane. It uses real electricity.
Cool.
Yeah, and they're really thoroughly modeled. And
what's the name of the game? I think everybody wants to know what the name of the game is.
IL-2 Sturmovik. Good luck with that one.
Everybody's like, nope.
Yeah.
My exact reaction.
Wouldn't surprise me if people have heard of DCS. It's similar. DCS is more or less, they shine in modern era airframes. IL-2 is I would say the better simulator for World War II.
Nerd alert.
Yeah.
Wait, you could totally do drone flying. Do you do drone flying?
I do not.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That one would be fun. Yeah.
I've super wanted so I used to work at a drone tech company where I did like drone mitigation, and I really wanted to get into have you ever seen like the pair of Bebops drones, where they're like really tiny drones and they're like racer drones basically.
Oh, okay. I've seen some of that. Yeah, that's
really cool.
That's mind numbing.
Yeah,
my brain works too slowly for that kind of action.
No, but and now there's like drone art out there, which I saw a show yesterday where basically there are a bunch of drones that fly in different colors and shapes, and it's like artistic in a manner, and they all fly in synchronous a manner, and it's pretty dope. But
nice.
I saw someone comment about you must be really good at flying drones then, and I was like, that yeah.
Maybe I would be. Who knows?
I know. You
never know until you try.
I'd love to try and do those, like
it's a great hobby
thing where
to pick up.
The FPV racing drones. I think that'd be so much fun.
Oh, do you do Tyler?
I have not. I would love to.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in flying like remote control airplanes versus like quadcopter.
Do you think you'd do like? Would you enjoy the flying of it or the building of it? Because I know a lot of people that do the model planes and stuff really enjoy the process of building more than the flying, like building little gas engines and
the building. I think it almost becomes a little close to like my job to be fun. there was a point in time where I thought, man, it'd be cool to like design and build the like the receiver transmitter and all the electronics for a remote control airplane, and then I was just like, yeah. The last thing I want to do after a day of talking radios is talk radios. So,
yep.
So, are you in a more of a warehouse style setting, Sam? Like for
nope. I work in an office.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
Because it sounded like you're more hands on as well.
There's labs that I go in and out of, but electronics labs aren't warehouse like. I don't really know how to describe them, and our labs are well, we're not allowed to let people in them, so I can't take pictures or do anything like that.
Fair enough.
But yeah, other hobbies. I also build model planes. you may be picking up a theme. I brought one. This is the only one I have like in my house. I keep losing track of the camera, but this is a
cool.
A P-47 World War II era.
So you're really into the warplanes, basically, as you said.
Yeah.
Got it.
I think they're pretty neat.
Yeah.
We went to a big Air Force museum up in Ohio. And just getting to walk through the history of these enormous planes, going from like the Orville Wilbur plane all the way up to these rockets and stuff is just insane.
Yeah. If you've ever been to North Carolina, like to Outer Banks, there's a museum for the Wright brothers' first plane, Kitty Hawk, which is really cool. Love the museum. So
that'd be awesome.
Plane enthusiasts out there ever find themselves in the Outer Banks, highly recommend it. So
nice.
Yeah.
Plug in the Outer Banks.
Out of planes, if that's a thing. Skydiving is a thing. We have a couple skydivers at SGF actually, which makes me really excited that we have some thrill seekers here. But
nice.
Warplanes sound really cool and exciting.
All right, well, we got 10 minutes left before the last quest. And obviously the question that everybody actually wants to know is giving Sam a chance to talk about childhood and what it was like growing up. So we actually have an older brother as well. Sam's my younger brother. And then it's me and my older brother. And I'm going to say at one time we have 7 sisters. So it's a massive, massive family.
Oh my God.
But 3 brothers, we shared a room, lots of good, wonderful stories. And
I'm glad you were having fun.
Yeah, I will. I'll give you the chance to recount anything. We worked at this. So
are you the youngest, Sam?
At the farm.
Yeah. Well, of the guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old
I'm
is our
kind
youngest?
of
15?
middle of this. No,
14. I don't know. Young.
That's scary if that's
and
true.
is the oldest brother, the oldest of you all? Okay. Got it.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I honestly, I feel I know my oldest brother better now than I did ever then. I didn't really know him that well. Kind of a weirder thing of bigger families is sometimes the youngest like doesn't even know the oldest.
Yeah.
But I knew Tyler. We were next to each other in age. So he's got 2 years on me. I've got 2 inches. Yeah. I pass him somewhere along the way in height. Let's see. Memories.
We both worked at the same farm, not at the same time. There was a brief time, I guess, we worked like a couple of farmers markets, but
yeah,
something about that farm churns out engineers. Well, I think that's more with our.
There was one time
family.
I think I was working there, and it was a sweet corn festival, and you had actually left, but you were back for the summer or something. And I said, "Hey, you want to come work the sweet corn festival with me this week, and we'll see how many people we can confuse." So we wore the same shirt. And like the same, like I don't know, it was khaki shorts or what it was, but we just like made ourselves look as similar as we possibly could, and then stationed ourselves in like different places during the festival. And so people would come up and like, what? Wait, didn't I just see you over there?
People do confuse you, so I'm not crazy to say that
You're not.
both look
I just made you feel
somewhat
crazy because it was really fun. But that was pretty fun to do.
Yeah, I don't remember that one, but I believe it happened. I have a poor memory. I remember when we used to play. I don't know if anybody had Connects or no, there were like little plastic sticks and things you could stick together to make bigger things than Lego things. So we would make cars that could actually like steer and stuff, and then we would race them around the house and crash them. That was a lot of fun.
If I recall, you came up with the mechanism that we used for steering in a dream. Does that ring a bell to you?
Yeah, that
like
does,
you had a
that
dream for how the gears could like connect to each other to convert the steering wheel into steering wheels, and you just did it the next day and it worked. So some of us have to work for our great ideas.
Dreams, apparently.
You should follow our dreams.
Follow your dreams. If you take one thing away.
Sam loves war. Follow your dreams.
I said it's interesting.
Solution. So we need all of Tyler's dreams, and this world is going to be solved somehow.
Time to start a dream journal. Time.
I know.
Yeah, I mean it's called Stellar Quest. So many of my crazy ideas for stuff do come from dreams.
There you go. And the next Stellar Quest story is just Tyler's dream journal. There you go. That's it. And then Sam will be making the NFT art for that.
Oh boy. Nice.
Follow your dreams and make war. Oh God.
Oh dear. Well,
what are we teaching these people?
I know.
We've also been playing when we can find time. We've been still jamming on some. We tried Fortnite for a while, but I was so much better than you that just didn't last. We tried Need for Speed. It was the same sort of thing a few years ago, but now we're playing Sea of Thieves and robbing other people and sinking. The other night we were attacking a ship in a storm, and I mean we absolutely destroyed them. And then we sank because we had water in our boat from the rain that we overlooked. And we
were so busy like gloating. Like, whoa, we sunk them. They didn't stand a chance. And meanwhile, our boat
in Fortnite, when the storm is coming, you're like, no, I just need the med kit. You go back out there. You're like, oh, never mind. I just forgot the storm's above me.
Sea of Thieves has been fun, though. They've got a new PvP
Do you like it or you
mode.
don't like it? I've never played it, so.
Yeah, it's a pretty new one for me. I mean, it's been out for a while.
It's been out for a while, since like 2019.
I really do enjoy it.
2019? Something, I don't know.
2019 sounds right. I think that's right.
I remember it was around when like Valorant was super popular. I mean, it's still popular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's something about it's just chill. Like it's so much more chill. I'm a very competitive Fortnite player.
Yeah.
And to be able to just kind of relax and sail on the ocean and get loot and shoot scullies and occasionally destroy a real boat or get wrecked, but then restart. Yeah, something quite nice about that.
Mm-hmm. It's chill.
Yep.
Yep. Do you remember the big? So we grew up on 7 acres of wooded hills in Kentucky, the foothills of the Appalachia.
If you could keep up with that accent, that would be awesome.
Sorry, no can do, Chief. But we build forts and stuff I remember there's like so our house sits in between like two halves of the forest of the woods. I was working on a fort on the east side, and Tyler was working on a fort on the west. I thought I was making pretty good progress with mine, heaping sticks together and whatnot. I was pretty proud of it. And I wandered over to his, and he's got this like mile long wall heaping this. I was like, what on earth? How did you get this far this quick? He's got like gates and all kind of stuff. There wasn't much on the inside of it. I don't think there ever really was, but it was quite a wall. It wasn't a mile. I overstated for effect.
I guess it translates into the Fortnite building then, huh?
That's
Tyler?
right. That's where you got to start.
I've been doing this for a long time.
I used to, when I was a boy, we did this with real sticks.
Nice.
Well, we are down to 2 minutes.
minutes.
I appreciate this. This has been a ton of fun. I really appreciate the artwork. You are I want to make a good pun, an impeccable artist.
Yeah, that was a stretch, but
no.
Nice.
All right.
Sorry,
That was an attempt.
There was an attempt. Yes, your ability to kind of kickstart and capture the Breeze story in NFT form has kept a lot of people motivated.
Sam, you got some requests for joining the Discord, so you should join the Stellar Quest and Stellar Dev Discord. Well, actually, the Quest community. Well, you should join the Stellar Dev Discord. It is the most fun Discord to ever exist out there.
Rumor has it.
The rumor has it.
We are the most fun trademark.
The fastest growing.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with XLM farmers. It's the fastest growing Discord community out there related to questing code challenges on Stellar.
It is great. You should join the Discord. And is there a place where we can see your art? Do you mint any art, Sam?
Sam is not a crypto person. I like mints.
I do like mints.
I don't mint though. I was just wondering if you like had a place where you displayed your art that you.
I have an Instagram.
There you go.
I have my art. I also have a YouTube channel where I post flight sim videos. I just hit 200 subs today. Oh.
Hey,
let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
You can hit more if you want to. What is your YouTube channel? I don't know if these.
It's just Eggnog. It's easy.
Oh, it's just Eggnog. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Wow.
Let me make sure. Yeah.
Well, handle?
At actual Eggnog.
Oh, cool. You actually got Eggnog.
Because Eggnog was taken, so I had to go.
I was about to say, you're about to send people somewhere weird. That's a risky play. I don't know how you got Eggnog.
On YouTube.
All right, folks.
Eggnog, and it gave me eggnog recipes. But hey, it is useful to have them right now during the holiday season.
That's right. It's my time.
Drop a link in the chat here for me, Sam, and then I can post it in the comments if you
my YouTube
find it. But y'all, it is 9 p.m. EST. Time for the last and final quest. All right, Tyler, you want to hit that commit button live?
It should be live at the moment as we speak.
Live.
Nobody's listening to us anymore. Things are breaking. They're catching on fire. Maybe they're working. We don't know. But we are going to wrap up and let everybody get to questing. Sam, thanks so much for jumping on. It was great to have you. Anukia,
it was fun.
As always, thanks for pulling us all the way through. It's been a wild ride. It's been a wonderful time.
I can't wait for what's more to come. Y'all, the one thing I'm going to end this stream on, and the last SQ stream of Series 5 is there's more Sora things to come. We still have lots of fun things that are happening in January and December, so on and so forth. So let's keep this team going. Let's keep this bullet train riding along, all right? I will see y'all in the Discord. Talk to y'all soon. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.
Y'all.
Good day. Good